Hey, so I want to go through right now and put on my Asana board a checklist of all the things that I need to do to my website on a monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis. So I thought I would walk you through how I would actually set that project up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on new and I want to add a project in there. And then what I'm going to do is just take the template of a blank project and I'm going to put in WP Wellness. And I can add a description, but I don't need to. I'm going to use the board view because I like to look at it like that. And I'm going to go ahead and create my project. So it automatically fills with some items to do, in progress, and done, which is generally how I have everything set up. Um, But I'm going to go ahead and change this to monthly. So these would be the items that I would want to complete each month on my website. So my first task is going to be check my backup. So check WordPress backup. And what I mean by that is I have that at a third party, offsite at a third party. I just want to make sure that that is actually happening and it's an active backup. So I'm going to assign this to myself and I'm going to make this due. I'm going to put it on the 8th. So, but I would like that to repeat for me. So I'm going to set it to repeat and I do mine like on Fridays because Fridays is my operations day. So I'm going to say weekly because I want to select on Fridays every 1 week, but I want it to be every 4 weeks on a Friday. So now this is going to, when I mark this complete, it will come up and add that for me. So I'm going to go ahead and push done. And that is all set. Now I can move on to my next one. And I'm just going to go through and add all of these and then I'll go back and set like the time because I can do it from this window as well. So I've created my backup. I'm going to update WordPress. I'm going to update my plugins. I'm going to update my theme. And if you're using your website a lot, you may want to be out updating it a little bit more than once a month. But if you're not, then you should be fine with just monthly. You want to check your comments. So if you are allowing comments on your posts or page, then you want to make sure that you're going to go out and check like your spam comments and your regular comments and respond to them unless you already have it set up to notify you when you receive those comments, which is probably the smart thing to do so that you're responding quickly. And then another thing I like to do is check and fix broken links. So I do have a plugin that checks for broken links, but I like to then go back and fix them once I receive it. Okay, and then you want to check your security. So I have different security apps on there and you can get different plugins for that. So, but just make sure that everything's running with your security. And then another thing, let me scroll up here. You need to track your KPIs for your website. So any of the things that you like to keep track of in regards to like your Google stats. So, visitors, what's your most popular link, what's the content that's being viewed the most. So that type of those items, you're going to want to go ahead and do that. And then it's nice to actually weekly create some sort of new content on your website. So that would be one of the things I'll put down. I'll just put it down that you can create it once a week, or once a month. But when I go and set up my reminders, I'll do it. So I'm creating it once a week. So I showed how you could set it up this way when you actually go in, but here I can click on this as well. I just want to assign it to me and then I can click on the date. And again, I'm going to go ahead and put it that I want to do it on Friday. And then I need it to repeat. And I want to repeat it not every 7 days, but I want to do it weekly. on a Friday and I want to remind me every 4 weeks. So that would be how you would simply do that for the reminder for on the weekly. If you wanted to do it monthly based on the actual date, you could do that as well. Now this will just keep reoccurring for me and it's going to always show up in my monthly column. Now, one of the things that you can do on a quarterly or as needed, so I'll put as needed, you would go in and check your images. So do you have any images on your website that you're not using anymore? It would be nice to go ahead and delete them off there and get rid of them so they're not taking up any needed space on your website. So that would be one thing that you would want to look at doing like whenever or as needed. You also like check for any themes. Were you searching for the perfect theme and you downloaded like 10 of them? Go through and delete off those themes again so they're not taking up space. I generally always will have like my current theme that I'm using, and then I leave like the latest WordPress as my backup in case something were to happen. Then I can go through and deactivate my theme and make sure that it wasn't theme related when the update happened. If it's then starting to show when I've switched the theme or turned it off. And then the same for unused plugins. And I should change this up here to unused as well. And then, review some of your older posts. Do you want to add in new content and make them a little bit more refreshed, or do you want to put in some new images? So just review your older content. Let's see. And then one of the things that we should do here is optimization. And again, you can get a number of plugins for optimization. Just again, the whole if I can type optimization. Oh. One of these times I'm going to get it right. How about spell check? There we go. Okay, so the optimization, that's something that you can do you like once a month. That's actually really good to do once a month. And then a final thing that I want to do as needed is remove any old revisions. So anytime you make a revision and save it, it saves that file. So you can go ahead and remove those old revisions on your site, and then that will help you with any of the space that you have. And one of the things, and only one thing that I know for that I worry about on a yearly basis, is your copyright. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in here. Change copyright year in the footer of your website. So there you go. That is a nice checklist that I can set up and have automatically reminded in my Asana to show me what tasks need to be done on which day. Please go ahead and let me know if you have any questions.